Hi guys, and welcome back to another Starcraft Remastered replay, as once again we have a strong engagement in between the two pro players from the South Korean scene. So let me just start by introducing the players to you guys, as we have spawned here in the upper left in the teal. It is TYSON, and his opponent here in the lower right in the blue. It is SOMA once again with his AK with a barcode 1-1, just like we've seen him play against Snow. So once again a Zerg versus Protoss. It is here on a 4 spawning location map. Are we going to be seeing SOMA once again go for those defilers with Plague, just like he did versus Snow, and of course with the Dark Swarm? Not exactly are the tactics going to be here for the Protoss, as he's pretty much opening up here now with a pylon into this location just to secure his expansion. So the pretty standard stuff here by the Protoss, indicating to us that he wants of course to go for that fast expansion. Yeah, no spawning pool yet here for the Zerg, just an Overlord here as you can see in the production tab, and I believe no, he's actually going for spawning pool first. So just like versus Snow, I believe this is the build order for the Zerg: spawning pool first and then only going for a fast expansion. Meanwhile the Protoss, with an early scout, of course wants to know where exactly the Zerg is hiding, what exactly his build order is going to be. It could be of course a rush with some Zerglings, but I believe someone is going to play it safe with a next upcoming, yes indeed, expansion. Or is he actually going to scout here? No, he's actually moving out to scout now. Just scouted for some proxy gateways perhaps, and he's also nicely hiding this drone into this location just to not to get discouraged here by this one probe. So good stuff here by him. The probe comes in, sees of course the spawning pool timing, deals some damage here towards those drones. Let's check his expansion. There's one gateway, will be followed up with the expansion and with the forge, perhaps with some cannons. He also saw the expansion here, so he knows that there won't be an early rush. Only the first 2 Zerglings are getting build. 1 Zealot is also being produced here. Actually it's already 4 Zerglings, so this could be a small attempt by SOMA to attack here into this location, but of course the Protoss can wall off with some Zealots and with some probes into this location, as this probe should of course go for the expansion here. Yeah, the Zerglings are on their way, but like I told you, as the first Zealot is coming out, he should be okay. Actually the first Zealot is being sent into this location, so this will of course force SOMA to come back and to defend. So smart move here by TYSON, forcing a delay, but he does lose the scouting probe, the important scouting probe, just to see the timer from the tier 2 upgrade. Also the Zealot will check this expansion really soon. The second Zealot is also moving out, so quite aggressive move out here by the Protoss, not deciding to wall off. He's actually moving out on the map with his Zealots, and this expansion actually could take some quite heavy damage, so more Zerglings need to be produced here by SOMA really soon. There's already quite a large amount, 7 of them, so they should be able to take out the 2 Zealots. 1 Zealot is hurt, but now TYSON finding a good position for them, hiding in between the minerals. Hatchery however already has taken some damage, and the Zealots are also need to find a better position here for them, but they're really smart. He's going to recharge those shields, as yeah, SOMA is just very likely going to stay here and let that hatchery finish. In the meantime another Zealot is moving out, but yeah, good move out by TYSON, dealing some damage, forcing of course SOMA to stay back, and the hatchery is pretty much hurt. So now he's going to try for a surround maneuver here. The Zealots take some damage, so good move here by SOMA. He's once again trying to surround, and in the end the Zealots will be taken out. Of course they will deal some damage, some Zerglings have fallen here as well, but in the end it was worthy here for SOMA taking out that, and with that he also secures his expansion. There is the main here, but 1 Zealot has made it here forward, killing 1 drone. Let's check his kill. Oh, there it is, 2 kills already for him, so he already killed 2 drones, and I believe he might even go for a 3rd drone. Nice micro here by him, even having 7 HP left. In the end he's going to be taken out, so nice move by TYSON, being aggressive here with 2 Zealots, and in the end also taking out some of the drones here from SOMA. So SOMA has fallen to 18 drones, but of course you know the Zergs lose 1 drone if they make a building, so still in the game, of course, now. And let's see what exactly is he going to be going for. Perhaps a Spire, perhaps some Hydralisk. We're about to find out, as the Protoss has pretty much walled off here, and he's going to produce some cannons to secure his expansion. We also have a Stargate, much needed, with those Corsairs versus the Overlords. And I still don't see, yeah, there it is, a Spire, so we might see some Mutalisks, but this could also be a fake Spire here by Soma, just like he's shown versus Snow, into forcing the Protoss into go for more of those Corsairs in the air. But yeah, in the end the Corsairs will of course be pretty much useless, as they will always only hunt down those Overlords. At the same time, we see a move out here by Soma. Speed has been done for those Zerglings, but in the end, yeah, it's just too much here for the Protoss, so he can't attack. However, the Corsairs, like I told you, they will be a great counter towards all of those Overlords. So in the end, the Zerg is going to be forced to go into Hydralisk, and we might even see a timing push by him with Hydralisk and Zerglings. We see also the tier 1 upgrade, and we also see the weapons upgrade here for the air for TYSON. So yeah, the first Corsairs are about to pop out really soon. I still don't see a Hydralisk, then just this one Spire that is about to get finished, and another hatchery. So it could be a surprise, it could be mass Mutalisk. But yeah, the Protoss has of course a great counter towards that with the Corsair. So this has turned into a waiting game after early aggression with those Zealots. Finally, Soma decides to just stay here around. He's going to scout the map. One Corsair is out. It's going to very likely catch this Overlord. Another Overlord is hiding here into this location. So good pickup here by TYSON, and of course as soon as he sees those Corsairs, Soma is very likely to be going into a Hydralisk. Then I don't see a Hydralisk then yet, and we actually see a move out by the Corsairs. So Soma responding with some Scourges actually here, defensive Scourges here for him. And we see TYSON move out with 5 Zealots. What exactly can these 5 Zealots do? Very likely they're going to be attacking here into this location. Soma of course reacting with a creep colony. The Sunken should finish in time before the Zealots arrive here, as they make their way out on the map. And let's see, some Zerglings are being here hidden, and nice hatcheries here to protect actually the mineral line as the Zealots actually push back. So the Sunken could be cancelled. The first Mutalisk has been finished, and he's actually going for more Mutalisk and drones. You can see the production depth here. Armor is also being researched here for the Protoss, as the Scourges give some great vision here into the main. And actually so many Corsairs here. The Corsairs could be split into 2 groups to be really smart, but then again I'm sure that TYSON knows exactly what he's doing. So lots and lots of Corsairs here for him, 7. He could split them into 4 to 3 perhaps, and just attack multiple locations. And Soma is indeed going to go for more Mutalisk here. So now finally transitioning to some Hydralisk, but it is Mutalisk will of course be no match for the many Corsairs. So in come the Corsairs, 1 Overlord has been killed. The Scourges also fall really fast. Another Overlord is going to be killed. There's the counter attack happening here for the Mutalisk, but it's just 5 of them, so of course they will be able to take out the cannon. Are they going to force a retreat here by the Protoss? No, in the end perhaps just 1 Corsair or 2 should be enough to take care of those Hydralisk. However, only 50 workers here for the Protoss, only 38 by him, but he's losing worker after worker. Only 1 Corsair is out on the map, but he will be very likely taken out. At the same time, there is a move out with many Scourges, and yeah, these Mutalisk actually dealing quite massive amounts of economic damage here towards the Protoss. In the end, 2 Corsairs will be able to hold them off, but the Scourges are now in the air, and the Corsairs once again have been taken out. 3 Mutalisk are still alive. There's the Corsair dealing damage, but in the end Mutalisk will hold. At the same time, we have the counter attack here, but a nice SimCity placement here by the Zerg is being able to hold. And yes, indeed, the Corsairs are being forced to pull back. More and more workers are falling here for the Protoss. And yeah, finally this gets pushed back by the Protoss. I don't think that the pullback would have been necessary here, but yeah, in the end the Overlords are nicely guarded here by the Zerg with Scourges, with Hydralisk. And we might even see a soon expansion into this location. So nice trade. The Zealots dealing some damage here. We have passed the 10-minute mark right now, so very interesting match here in between the 2 pro players, as the Protoss Looks like he's going to secure his expansion into this location. Lots and lots of Corsairs still in the air. But yeah, this will of course force the Zerg to leave the Overlords behind, leave some units behind to defend the Overlords. Either that or he's going to be able to take the Overlords with him while attacking. And yeah, lots and lots of Scourges in the air. They might intercept the units very soon. But no, they just pass each other by, as the Corsairs will of course try to hunt for more and more of those Overlords. Lots and lots of anti-air. Is he going to commit here forward? We're about to find out. There's no Overlords, just a couple of Overlords here. Even a Spore has been added here by Soma, so Soma playing very, very safe. And now the Scourge is getting some good connections, but in the end, lots and lots of those Corsair are still left alive. Only 2 have been taken out. I believe he could even engage those Scourges. And yeah, pretty much a nice control of the map for the Protoss with those Corsairs in the air. And of course, he will add the High Templars. High Templars seems to be the counter for the Protoss versus the Zerg when it comes to mass Hydralisk and even Lurkers, even Mutalisk. Yeah, such a great unit to have for the Protoss. One can cast, of course, 2 Psionic Storm, as we have a finally army move out here by the Zerg. Notice how he's taking the Overlords with him. Let's see what he's of course going to be very likely attacking this expansion into this location, the newly established expansion. But yeah, is he going to be enough to dodge those High Templar Storm? We even have a Dark Templar here, so the Overlords have to come forward to get detection here. Yeah, let's have a look. There are Zealots on the ground. Let's check those upgrades. 1 to 1. Hydralisk 0-0 here for the attack, as the Zerg is closing here forward. And here we go, we see an attack, a very small ledge here, so this could be really deadly against the Zerg. He tries of course to split those Hydralisks, but yeah, the first storm is coming out. Second one here as well, dealing lots and lots of splash damage. But now the main force of the Zerg is of course coming forward. At the same time, he's going to counter with another group of Hydralisks into this location. Another storm. The Hydralisk seems to be surrounded, but in the end they are the ones surrounding the units from the Protoss. A great storm. All of those Hydralisks taking so much damage here. And let's see, he's going to reposition into a new location. Yeah, nice counter here by the Zerg, as finally his main group of Hydralisks are moving here forward towards this location. The cannons take some damage. Probes have to be pulled. So good engagement here into the third expansion point by the Protoss. Now the probes are being targeted, and this ramp here works against the Zerg. Sorry, against the Protoss, as this one Lurker nicely blocking the entrance, and the Hydra is pretty much being able to take care of this one Nexus. So what a great move here by the Protoss. So here by the Zerg blocking the entrance with the Lurker egg. Really smart move by him, as now we have a nice advantage here for Soma versus his opponent, as he's being able to take out the expansion. So the Protoss will very likely try to expand into another location. But yeah, Soma having so much map control, as at the same time is also expanding into this location. Really great game by Soma here. This actually forces now the Protoss to make perhaps a move out, but he leaves his expansion pretty much unguarded here, as some Hydra still are in the being able here to attack. So a back and forward game, but advantage now here for the Zerg force, as he's able to snipe that Nexus, that expansion out here for the Protoss. In the end, the Hydralisks will very likely fall. They are being surrounded, but it was all worthy taking out the expansion, forcing here the Protoss to stay at home. And yeah, just winning some more time here for the expansion points for Soma. Really smart move, as we see him once again move out with his Hydralisk, with his Overlords. And are we having a tier 3 very soon by him? Not yet, but I'm pretty sure he's going to try once again Defilers with Plague. Plague also great spell versus the Protoss units. And the Protoss pretty much has to stay now back into defending this location, or he will be pretty much behind. At the same time, the Zerg defense is 4th base, knowing that very likely the Protoss is going to attack here. And yes, that is indeed what the Protoss does, but only with a couple of Zealots and backed up by Dragoons. The Zealots could be surrounded very soon by the units for the Zerg. And here we go, we do have an engagement, but once again the ledge is now working in favor for the Zerg, as the Lurkers behind deal massive amounts of splash damage here versus the Protoss. In the end, a good storm Still the lurkers in the back, pretty much untouched, and yeah, so much splash damage. Once again, a great block here by Soma, pretty much abusing the map here, abusing this small ramp, and yeah, this wins of course lots and lots of time, and finally the High Templar Storm will be able to take it out, but lots and lots of Sunkens have been produced here by him, and yeah, it would have been suicide here for the Protoss to attack, as Sunkens and lurkers pretty much would have held this location. This has bought, however, time for his expansion as well. He is now in control of the map, and yeah, we see lots and lots of units here by the Zerg, lots and lots of those high risk, as actually TYSON having more supply here versus his opponent. But will it be enough against so many high risk, so many lurkers, as he's still roaming around the map, still trying to snipe more and more of those overlords into this location. So the Protoss stays of course in the middle of the map, waiting for an attack into this location, adds more and more of those cannons, and now finally decides to move out once again into this location, into this small ramp. Two ramps here, but yeah, very hard position to attack, as he's very likely going to be using some storms offensively here, but yeah, even overlords in the air, sorry, observers in the air just to give vision, and more is being added by the Protoss, so we might see soon an engagement. Or is he going to try to attack at a better position here, perhaps with some observers, but he needs to be careful not to get surrounded by all of those directions. At the same time, the Zerg tries to counter, so this should be the timing here for the Protoss to attack by the risk of losing his expansion, and I believe that's exactly what he's going to be doing. But so many lurkers on the ground. Good storm, second storm, massive amounts of storms here by the Protoss, as he's dealing so much splash damage here towards the units from the Zerg. In the end, a very hard position here as well, but yeah, he decides to move back. He's not going to commit, waits for his Corsairs, at the same time expanding into this location, and yeah, once again regrouping in the middle of the map. Perhaps he feared a full-on attack here, but yeah, those two Dragoons very nicely placed to defend the expansion here. So of course still anyone's game, more supply here for the Protoss. The Zerg, however, having a good unit to deal splash damage against the units for the Protoss here, as he's now transitioning into some Zerglings. Still 0-0 upgrades here, interesting enough for the Zerg as we approach the 20-minute mark. So very cautious game by the Protoss. We see now finally the upgrades kicking in by the Zerg, and we see speed for the shuttle, so we might see some drops with some High Templar Storms, a good counter against the economy from the Zerg. So it's a small stalemate. We see a move out by the Zerg. He might try to attack this location. Perhaps it's going to be a drop with some overlords. We are about to find out, as once again the Protoss approaches here the expansion. So many of those Sunkens and the lurkers in the back to protect, and this forces of course a move out here by the Zerg. All of those units are nicely clumped up together. It would have been perfect for a plague for the Zerg, and at the same time the high risk are now moving forward. So such a hard map here for attacking into expansion. The Protoss needs to make up his mind. Perhaps he's going for this location. Yeah, he's just still roaming around the map with these move outs. However, he's finding time for his expansions, finding time to recover with his economy, as he's now moving forward into a better position here. Yeah, let's see if he's going to commit. Once again, the Scourges are moving forward. Some observers have been killed here really nicely, but yeah, some High Templar Storms once again greatly being casted into killing some of those units from the Zerg. Yeah, the Zerg tries of course to counter, perhaps with a drop. It would have been really nice to see a drop into the expansion point, and yeah, the Protoss just roaming around, still not making up his mind. This could be really deadly now here for Soma, as he's able, or he should be able to drop those lurkers into this position. Is he going to commit though? And he's also taking an expansion here. So yeah, Soma making it really hard for the Protoss to move forward. This ramp working of course into his favor. We see some army move outs here, as the Zerg is pretty much going to secure his expansion into this point. Going to be really hard for the Protoss into attacking into all of those lurkers. At the same time, we see a counter attack here, but the Protoss has his zealots into the position to defend really nicely his expansion as well. The Protoss is here, but already taking damage out of the lurkers, so he needs the observer really fast in the air just to counter this. Sends out the first zealots just to see how many of those lurkers are on the ground. Great storms here by him, but the lurkers are still tanky into the ground. And yeah, what is going to be the next move? Lots and lots of zealots. We might see a surround attempt here by the Zerg, as I see so many of those units move out here, and the main army here for the Protoss is pretty much clumped up together. I believe this is going to be really hard for him to hold. We might even see the lurkers on Burrow here and move forward. The Zerglings are of course being sent out first just to force the High Templar storms. Lots and lots of storms are being casted here. Even the overlords are being sent forward. Dark Swarm now being brought forward, but the High Templars still have good energy here to cast many storms. But the Protoss is taking more and more of those casualties. And in the end, the lurkers are of course the real damage dealers for the Zerg, as the reinforcements are pulling forward. Dark Swarm is still being used. Still no Plague, but lots and lots of Zerglings are in the front. And yeah, the Protoss is just taking more and more of that damage. And yeah, High Templar Storm here as well being casted. Notice how the Protoss leaves those Dragoons into the Dark Swarm. But in the end, this is getting cleared, and perhaps a small advantage now here for Soma, as he was even able to secure his expansion and dealing more and more damage. And we even have some High Templars here being caught off guard, so sadly here for TYSON, he's losing more and more of his units. And even the Zerglings now will be able to take care of the Archons, so quite a nice move at the end. The Protoss still has a good economy here, but he needs to rebuild now all of his units. Let's just check his main. Lots and lots of gateways, but remember the Zerg has so much more potential here with his hatcheries on the ground, as he might try to finally do a drop here into this location. We're about to find out. Or he's just going to reposition here with his lurkers into the newly established bases on the ground. Yeah, we're about to find out. As I see on the minimap, lots and lots of units of the Zergs are moving here out. Perhaps this newly established bases will be the next target here for the Zerg, as he's going to burrow his lurkers here. He's moving forward. He's also moving forward into this location, perhaps attacking now the units that come out of the base from the Protoss. And yes, indeed, with Dark Swarm, he's going to be able to burrow here and just stop the reinforcements from the Protoss to move forward. Lots and lots of High Templars, but low energy High Templars, really bad. And yeah, now the main entrance here for the expansion point is being targeted. Good storms in the end. Archons would be needed. There are some units here to help out, but yeah, the backup here with those gateway units pretty much shot, as so much damage is being taken. At the same time, into the middle of the map, we see once again an army move out. The Zerglings are in the front. This one pylon could be snapped, could be killed here, and with that I believe you could deal so much damage. So the Zerglings with adrenaline speed here now finally with a Dark Swarm being backed up. This actually looks really good for the Zerg, as the newly established expansion point is about to fall here for the Protoss. Some units are coming forward to back them up, but it's just a couple of zealots, as now the probes will have to fight for their lives. The High Templar Storms are dealing damage, and we even see some plagues here now being casted by the Zerg. Yeah, in the end, the Protoss is going to hold, but remember, all of that units, all of his backup units pretty much taking damage. At the same time, more and more units are being sent here forward. It's just going to be massive amounts of Zerglings move forward here towards the expansion point, towards the base from the Protoss, and more of those probes are taking damage. More and more probes are falling here for TYSON, sadly. And those Zerglings are really strong, dealing just massive amounts of damage, and now even lurkers are being brought here forward. Swarm after swarm is being taken here, and of course TYSON has to GG out this in the end. There was pretty much so much control here for the Zerg on the map. So many bases established here by him, and this newly base from the Protoss has been taken out. Even though the TYSON had a good economy, yeah, the Swarm in the end, so many hatcheries here for Soma pretty much has given him the victory. Let's just check the stats really quick, in case you guys are interested. Once again, I'm going to be clicking left and right here. So yeah, nice game in between the two pros, but yeah, in the end, Soma being more aggressive, and those Dark Swarms pretty much helping him out with the Defiler. So yeah, thank you guys once again for watching. We'll be seeing, of course, in the next replays. This is Tommy signing out.